Hi guys, it's David, and I might wanted to give you a short video on how to modify your Z crystals, and this is really easy to do. So let's look at what's inside these Z crystals. So we'll open it up. I already kind of opened this. So we got the top part, four parts technically. Four parts technically. We've got the top part. This is what we'll be modifying right here. It's essentially a piece of paper. It's kind of hard to do it through the camera lens. Let me look over here. So let me get my knife. If you're younger, you may not want to use a knife or get a parent to do this. Alright, so we got our piece of paper out. As you can see, it's basically just kind of blank on one side, and we've got a black and white design on the other side here. And that basically the line will shine through. You'll see the design. It gives us the sort of fire shape, and it seems like no one's using design. This sort of large, simple white design, shows up really well through it. If it's more complicated, it seems like it's a little bit harder. Inside here, we just have a simple chip. When you're putting it back together, make sure the contacts line up with these three holes right here. But all you really need to do is the entire modifying is basically making a new one and changing that. Let me show you one that I made. If I can get this blue one off. There we go. Alright. This is the Wateridium Z. I may just take that off. Take this off. And this is what I printed out. I try my best to copy the in-game artwork I saw and made this in Photoshop. It's sort of the design of Premium Z for Primarina, which is the starter I chose. So you can do whatever you want as far as the design, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to sort of make my own Z crystal with this. That would have the design of a Premium Z when I use my Oceanic Operetta. I'll kind of shine with that symbol. Pretty cool. Alright, put that back in. Oh, no. That's gotta go yep. As you can see, the sort of contacts line up with the three holes. Just gotta make sure you do that when you're putting it back together. And they're actually really easy to take apart. I didn't even need to use a knife or a screwdriver. I just use my fingernails. But, after you take them apart once, they're really easy. They just sort of fall out, like I displayed here. So, you may want to get some sort of glue, or maybe a silicone, if you don't want something, super permanent. And to make sure, they don't fall out. Because, if you're switching back and forth, it's very difficult. And also one thing, sort of little pro tip, if you notice actually it might be really hard to see through this lens, there's a arrow right on top. That is that basically indicates the top. So when you're putting your design in, make sure that's facing up, with that arrow. Yeah, top of the design. It's on the same side as the arrow. We'll put this back in. This back in this. Oh no. There we are. It's kind of, you notice one side has a long, the other has a short, and the inside of the top is sort of indented that way. So just follow that, and of course put that on, make sure those line up. And then we're done. This may not show up very well, but that's sometimes, you know, the design will sort of show through. It doesn't really show up very well on camera, but it does. You'll have to take my word for it. It does in real life, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it's simple to do. You know, if you have the inkling to do it. I don't know if they're going to come out with any crystals for the other ones, you know, like Viridium or Psychinium or whatever inium. But you can like sort of make Peakinium, you know, if you get the electric one, or make your own custom, make Davidium or something like that. All right, well, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching it.